Hi everybody, I'm Bill Sanders and this is Watch Art Sci, the art and science of watch collection. Today we're going to take a look at a very nice collection. This is Daver's collection and he's an engineer. However, before we do that, I wanted to have a little wristwatch check and try to do a little more with it. This particular band is one that's for summer wear. My old band is the cognac colored one, and it's just a regular gator band. This one, on the other hand, you can see the underside of it there is rubberized, and then on the top it's gator. Unfortunately, they only have one color now, and that's black. The one I have is dark navy blue. They used to have the navy blue, but now FP Journe only makes those in black. So anyhow, what I try to do is wear this band usually, and then when out and putting on the dog or going to something special, then I put on my cognac band and use that. We just got back from a cruise, and so I was using that at that time. Okay, so now let's take a look at Daver's collection. And the first two that we're going to take a look at is this Seiko and the tank Louis Cartier. The Seiko has the Pepsi bezel, and it's just it's a nice solid watch. Reference SKX 009. Okay, the one next to it, the Cartier tank, that is a nice, very nice watch. I like it a lot. It has a power reserve indicator on a retrograde on the bottom, and then on the top it has the little calendar window. This is a super cool watch. I'm not familiar with it. I haven't seen it before, and what a nice watch. Okay, the next two in Daver's collection are equally really nice watches. One is a Zenith Chronomaster. It's a chronograph El Primero, and that watch is just gorgeous. It's a Calibre 410. Good looking watch. I really like that. I'm sort of a fan too of Zenith. They have the date at 4:30. To me, that's a cool place to put it, and a lot of people don't like it for some reason. Okay, I do. The other one is an Omega Speedmaster with the Calibre 321. Now that's a very special caliber, and that is a special watch. So here we have two more watches that are extremely well selected in Daver's collection, the Speedmaster and Zenith. All right, the next set of watches are Rolexes. There's a Datejust, a Submariner, and a GM2 Master 2. The GMT Master 2 has sort of been one of my favorites for a long time, and I like Kermit. I'm a big green fan. But one watch that I don't know why, but I've been really warming up to lately is the Rolex Datejust. It's one of those watches that I see, from my perspective, it's a wear and enjoy watch. It's just, you can wear it all the time. You don't have to, you can have a one watch collection, and a Datejust I think would be a nice one to have. Really a cool watch. So here you have three more watches in Daver's collection, and all of them are really very nice watches, and well selected too. Now, I don't have a Rolex, and so I like the prints, but they don't make it anymore. And I was looking at them recently, and they said, well, I can see why they quit making them. But anyhow, here are three really nice Rolexes, and like I said, I don't know why either. I've been just warming up to the Datejust. Boy, that Datejust is nice. All right, let's see, moving right along. These next two are the sort of the king and queen of the collection. You have the Lange Söhne and the Patek Philippe World Time. Well, the Grand Lange one is a beautiful watch. It's got a big, giant date window at 1 o'clock, and then it has the major time dial at over at 9 o'clock, and then it has a sub dial for seconds, small seconds down at around 5. But then over on at 3 o'clock, there's this great big power reserve indicator. It's a very, very cool watch. I like that creamish color of the dial too. I think that's a beautiful watch. Now the other one is the Patek Philippe World Time. I love the Patek Philippe World Time. Like I mentioned, I just got back from a trip. Went through 3 different time zones. If anybody has an old Patek Philippe World Time hanging around, they don't want it anymore, they can send it to me. I'll take it. Whoa, both of them are really nice. I think they're both in white gold, if I'm not mistaken. Both of them are very good looking watches. Again, well selected watches. All right, this next 3 watches, they're very interesting ones. First of all is a Grand Reverso duo date, Jaeger-LeCoultre. I like Jaeger-LeCoultre's Reversos as well, and this one is a very, very nice one. With the small seconds at the bottom, and at the top you have a little window for the dates. And you can have duo dates on it. Flip that thing over. Now over to the right are a couple Panerai. The one at the top is the Luminar, and I like this one with the 6 and the 12. It's just a cool looking watch. Well, it's got the 9 too. I forgot that. I like this watch. The small date window is a little too small for me, but otherwise I like this one for Panerai. I'm not a great Panerai fan, but that's okay. Some of them I really like. Now the one at the bottom is really interesting, and I didn't know this. If they talk about the California dial, and I have no idea why they call it a California dial, but it has Roman numerals in the top half, and it has Arabic numbers in the bottom half. And I've seen this dial before, but I've never heard it referred to as a California dial, and I think it's cool. If I'm not mistaken, Christian Vanderklaw may have something like this. His watches, so they have numbers at the top and nothing at the bottom, but a great big lunar scape or something like that. But here are 3 more very nice watches in this already great looking collection. All right, finally, the final 2 are it was Junhaus Max Bill chronoscope and a Poljet International Moscow Nights. Excuse me. I like the name Moscow Nights, but for all the wrong reasons. A couple of years ago, I was in I think it was in late June. I was in St. Petersburg, Russia, and they had what they called white nights because it was light until like 9 or 10 at night, and you looked almost like sort of, late afternoon but it was still bright outside. So when I see Moscow nights, I'm always thinking of those white nights from St. Petersburg. The great big Junhaus. This has got a ETA value 7750. That's a nice watch. I mean, it's a great big one, and for a chronograph, you want a good size chronograph so you can see everything. The ones with the little bitty dials this one I like. Okay, well, here you have this is an engineer's collection. You have really good selections in this collection, I think. And so you say, okay, what do you add to a collection like this? you have a range of watches from standard horology all the way to very high horology. Now, obviously, the next step would be going into something that would be exceptional horology. And lately, I've been recommending FP Journes, and I'll tell you why. FP Journes are really very special watches. They make just under 900 a year, and they're made by a master craftsman. I mean a grandmaster in FP Journes. And over I guess he's been in business for what now? It's close to 20 years, I think. And it may be 20 years. But before that, there was time when he was making all of these incredible watches. He still is. And they're highly valued watches. And for those who worry about retaining their value, FP Journes do a very good job. My Resonance went up in value significantly. So like I said, if you're worried about that, other excellent horology, exceptional horology watches I like Calibre and Lange. Only problem with Calibre and Lange is they are so crazy expensive. Another one that I like is Lange and Söhne. Now this is a small watch company that just make mouth-watering watches. They are, and the guy who makes them is a true grandmaster of watchmaking. He really is. He's a younger guy, but he does these incredible watches. H. Moser, I love H. Moser. I've mentioned him several times, and they do interesting things. They make every aspect of their watches. Another one would be Beauvais. They make everything. So I think that you might start looking at those. The ones that you have great taste in picking great watches. I like all of them, and I think it's time to really look at another level. Laurent Ferrier, his stuff was good. I don't see the innovation in his work that I see in FP Journes or Lange and Söhne, but they're still really great watches. Okay, well, listen. As always, I like to find out what you guys what you think. I mean, you're looking at this guy, I think, well, gee whiz, he really needs this in his collection. And you probably have a really good point. By the way, too, one of the things that I really like, and I've been trying to do this in my own collection, is to have something in each watch that's unique. And one of the things I've been looking for is called the remontoire d'égalité, which is a device that's put in watches that helps to better keep time. And it's an ancient one. It's an old-fashioned one. But I think it's a really cool innovation on that. Okay, so let's hear from you. As always, this is an invitation to subscribe if you'd like. And any suggestions that you have for Daver, I'm not saying that he needs them from me or anybody else because he's got great taste. But, something to think about. All right, well, until Friday then, this is Bill Sanders for Watch Art Sci, the art and science of watch collection. Hope to see you then.